That's only news for today anyway. Yeah, so on the Telegram group, there's been a lot of talk about scamming and all that. And okay, it's good to sometimes to tackle some things when it's still early, so that when as time goes on, when people become when people are many, the community will now be well informed, and those who will be coming in will not attempt to do certain things. Then also people who get caught up in, you're trying to do something, you're trying to help someone, then you get caught up in that situation. It's good to know exactly what you're doing, so that when you bring someone in, you can move with them, and because Forex is very difficult. The honest truth is that trading Forex and all these other financial markets, it's something that is quite difficult. But to address many things that are taking place right now, after the voting sessions on the group, when people voted so well. It was very the voting was good, and it was honest, it was from the heart. And what the majority of the people want when they look at the financial markets is they want to trade. The ultimate goal is obviously to make some money, to make some extra income for yourself. But people want to trade. Trading is an activity that it's when you exercise, when you do the trading, when you do the analysis, you get onto the charts, you see what's happening in the news, and you see all these things, and you take part, you participate in this activity. There's a certain feeling that you get, that you're part of something that is something different from what is normally done. So many people want to be part of that, and so many people, when they join the group, they want to learn, they need a mentor, they need so many things, and so unfortunately, some people who try to mentor, maybe the communication skills are not so good. You want to mentor someone, and maybe you get pissed off because they are not learning something fast enough. You want to move on to the next thing, but they're still stuck on the old thing, and you can get pissed off, and you treat that person in a way that is not really good. So there's always that. Now, when you're teaching someone, it's always good to be patient. Patience is, it's everything, especially if you're teaching someone something as complex as trading Forex or binary options or whatever. So from the voting that took place, it appears that what people need most is technical analysis, learning how to analyze these charts technically. And after going through so many of the charts, I've spoken to so many people, and I'm doing some YouTube videos to put there to explain certain things. But technical analysis being very broad and very vital to someone who is trading, I'm going to dedicate the month of November to handle this Forex trading technical analysis. So the whole of November, I'm going to put it aside for that, and it's going to be both online, it will be here. So it's going to be very comprehensive. There's a Telegram group that everyone is on. I'm going to post there some information about what is about to take place in November. There will be a separate group for people to join. You can join into that other group. It's going to be for strictly technical analysis, and this one is for manual traders. Now this one is going to be very comprehensive and very strict for manual traders, for the people who want to do these things themselves. On top of doing them yourself, but you also get to understand how the market works, and you will know what is safe and what isn't safe. So the very first matter that I will handle will be risk. Basically risk that will have a leverage and lot size, all the take profit and stop loss. So all that is going to be managed. Now we have to be aware of the risk that we are taking. So there is a standard risk in Forex trading. There is a standard risk which is one lot for 100,000. So that standard risk is, we're going to be familiar with it. Then when we start proceeding, we are going to measure the type of risk that we're going to be taking on our accounts during this period. And, for the month of November, we are going to trade together, because we're going to be doing technical analysis. So as a result, we're going to be entering some trades, not just on demo accounts, but also on real accounts, because technical analysis is based on fact. Forex is like a science, it is, it's based on fact. So, like, I think you've watched those YouTube videos where a man releases a pendulum and he knows that, why it is going to reach its point of velocity, where it will come back. So he knows that, if he releases this pendulum and it swings to that side of the wall, when it comes back, he releases it from the top of his head, because he knows when it comes back, it's just going to stop near his face. And heavy as it is, it can really smash his face in. But, because of science fact, he knows that it's going to travel that distance, it will come back and just stop there. So, so that is a known fact in science. So also in, in trading Forex, there are known facts, like in price action, like in diversion, in many basic, not really basic, but those fundamental ways of doing technical analysis. There are known facts that are there, which help to determine the stop loss and the take profit. So when we are entering these trades in November, every trade shall be entered in this gap, in this, why it is a known factor that we're entering here. Maybe the relative strength index is overbought right now, and we have a downward trend. So, the previous high on the chart is a bit lower than this one. Then the RSI is a bit higher than this one. So, there are those certain areas that give us that direction of the market. Normally, you have higher highs and higher lows. You have lower lows and lower highs. So when we look at these fundamental ways of doing technical analysis, we are only going to enter trades based on that as we learn. And the analysis we are going to do is going to be on all platforms, on the phones, on the PCs, MT4, MT5. We shall use also Trading View. Then we shall also go into binary options with IQ options, with there is iron trade, then there is expert option. Yeah, there are so many binary options there, and they all have candlesticks and that whole setup that you get on MT4. So with all that, we're going to analyze all those markets. We're not leaving any market out. So the details of getting into that program, I'm going to put them on the Telegram group. If you're not part of it, you can just join it, search for Trading Dawn and get there, then search for BVB Trade FX. It will lead you to the same group. I'm going to put all the details there, and we shall start on the 1st of November. I think it will be a Monday. So it's going to be comprehensive. It's going to be full time, because we have the markets running with the trading sessions for Europe and USA. Those trading sessions are normally there during our daytime. Then in the night we have Japan, we have Australia, we have New Zealand. So in the night, you're going to be handling those trading sessions of the East. Then during the day, we shall handle those trading sessions of the center of the world and also the West of the world. So we're going to be, it's going to be very comprehensive, and it's going to take 1 month. So the purpose of doing this is that everyone has enough knowledge to handle certain matters, because if you receive signals and you don't know how to do manual trading, you're just going to enter the signals because you don't know which trend you're in. You don't know, you really don't know what's happening in the market, but you received a signal and you're happy because this person has promised you some profit. Now, when you just put in signals like that, anyhow, you can lose some money, and when you lose money, you will think that you are scammed, and it may not be the case. The other guy may also not be very well versed in what he's doing, because signals, they don't even give you any setup of the chart They don't give you any setup of the candlesticks or whatever is happening there. So the guy will just give you any signals and you'll just take them. And when you make a loss, you'll think it is a scam. Okay, it could be, maybe it's not, but after losing money, that bad feeling starts making you think so many things. That is why we need all this information so that we make informed decisions. Another thing why you should learn technical analysis is it takes away the fear. There's a lot of fear in Forex trading. So many people fear to trade. When you're on a demo account, it's okay. You don't really feel any fear of the market. You just get into the market. You take whatever moves you're taking, and then when you make some profits, you become happy. And then the moment you put their real money, you start getting scared. You start asking people for signals. You start asking for trades. But if we all have a very solid system that we shall learn, a very, I'm calling it fundamental in technical analysis, though fundamental has another meaning in trading. But these are the real foundations of technical analysis, which I'm going to share with you in a very practical way, day by day. And we're going to trade. We're going to have trades every day. So when you have all these fundamental ways of doing technical analysis, then that fear will go away, because you're not going to trade on impulse. You're going to wait until you have market formation, something that is visual technically. That's when you enter the market, because with all the laws of demand and supply, we're going to look at all that, support and resistance. So all these key areas in the markets, we're going to actually look at them and see how we can make how they determine the flow of price. And we may not trade all the time. You cannot trade one chart 100 times in a day. Technically, it's based on the fundamental rules. That is really, it doesn't work like that. That is very reckless. You can do that in very high speed trading. Some kind of when you're taking very big risks. You can put in many trades, and if you're successful, you'll be happy. If you're not, your account will, it will be blown, and you might not tell anyone about it. You'll just keep on putting money. That's how it normally works. But with this, you might, we might have maybe one trade every day, from so many charts. And if we don't get trades in these, in the Forex pairs, in these Forex charts, then we shall go into commodities. We shall go into the stock market as well. There are many stock charts there. We shall go into the normal indices. I'm calling them the normal indices. These are S&P 500 index and the Nasdaq, Dow Jones. Those are normal indices. Then we shall also go for the volatility indices. We're not leaving anything out. There's going to be a very comprehensive math. So volatility indices, those ones run throughout the week, throughout the weekend, and all the time. So technical analysis for all these different charts, it's all different, and we are going to see how to apply all the information that we have to see that we get the best trades out of all these charts. And binary options have some very slim charts. You have a 5-second chart where you have a candlestick every 5 seconds, and that is a very fast-paced. It's a very fast-paced market, but we're going to go into it as well, because it's a platform that is there, and I keep on saying it's not good to be ignorant. So we're not going to be ignorant about anything that is there in the financial markets. We are going to go for everything and see what is most profitable. Now, during the voting sessions on the Telegram group, the highest vote went to Forex pairs. That is what people are very safe with, in a very honest way. People are safe trading Forex pairs. So all these other indices and all those things, they really scare people away. People make some losses, and it is very hard to to trade all the charts in the same way. But another thing why Forex charts are why they feel very safe to so many people is the fact that they have technical and fundamental analysis. So for the Forex charts, what's happening in their countries, because every chart movement is determined by two countries, one country versing another. Okay, their currency is versing another, but the one who owns the currency, their economic policies and everything affect the movement of that currency. So when you're trading the Forex pairs, you have the news to give you a very good backing. It gives you some good information about what's actually happening in that chart. So the news helps you, and many other analysts also help you because they might not be Forex analysts, but they're just analysts of their countries, of their economic situation. So you have the governors talking, you have the Federal Reserve, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, you have all those people who are within the banking systems, and they're equivalent of the Ministry of Finance. So, and also they're equivalent of the Bureau of Statistics. The ones who tell us about unemployment, who tell us about imports and exports, the consumer price index, all those things. So all those people, they do analysis that actually gives you a lot of information to support those currency pairs. Now, that is what makes Forex charts very safe to trade, and many people are comfortable with them because they already have some fundamental information. Now, when you move on to volatility indices, you might not have that fundamental analysis. It's really difficult to find it, or you have to connect so many things, but then you'll have to know how does volatility 75 work, 150, all those are different charts, which all move in opposite directions most of the time. So all that has to be understood. Now, because it's a comprehensive month of November, we're going to go step by step in each and every one of those charts. So where we have where we get some good price formation, we shall trade. If a good trade happens, if there's a good setup, then we trade. To leave any trade, there is no, if you identify a trade during a class, by all means, take the trade because it's going to give you some money. Then, managing risk is the number one priority. Now, with this class, honestly, depositing $5 and $10, okay, we shall discuss the risk, but these forex markets, they were not created in such an economy where people deposit $5, $10. They're not created in such an economy. So this is not their habitat. In a sense, it's not their habitat. It's like a human being going to Mars. It's very cold. There's no plant life. There's no air. So it's not to deposit some good money. Based on the risk, we shall look at the risk. We're going to be very prepared. We're going to look at the risks that If you deposit $50, this is a risk you're taking. If you deposit $100, this is a risk you're taking. If you're depositing $500 or whatever, that is a risk. If you're depositing 10, then that is a risk that you're taking. You will know that you're taking a very big risk, so that as we go on, you will see when there are retracements and what. Retracements are very unavoidable. Sometimes the market is going up, but for some time it's going to take a dip, like what USD is doing now. It is bearish, but then it has taken a turn down. So if your account cannot handle those pips where the retracement has gone, then you will be out of the game, and then you'll have to redeposit. And if you redeposit $10, then you still have to be very aware of what you're doing. Now, with that kind of knowledge, knowing the risk, we are going to look at all the types of trades that we get as we do this technical analysis. Then every trade, the trades that go straight into profit, those ones which are picture perfect, there's what is picture perfect, where you have a very good setup and the trade goes straight into profit. Now, with that kind of a setup, even if you have $5, you have nothing to fear, because the success rate of a picture perfect trade is very, very high. So that one, if you have $5, if you have 10, you can take that one. But the trades which are not very clear, where we might have to add in the Fibonacci retracement, we'll have to add in the pivot points for monthly, weekly, and daily, to determine how the resistance places or the supports for those trades. Now, those ones, we have to be more careful. And those ones will require a bigger amount of money that has, some kind of shock absorber for some kind of retracements. Now, where it's not picture perfect, some people will have to sit out of that. But where it is picture perfect, then you can get in and you benefit from that. So we're going to look at all those things. So you might find yourself not trading every day. Yeah. Now this is going to be on a standard. I'm not going to put in any biased information. I'm not going to really bias it, like bringing in some concoction of indicators and all that. We're going to look at it from the basic ways of analyzing technically, with price action, with diversion, with all these fundamental ways of analyzing that have been there for so many years. Now, when we have this fundamental information, then the whole community will be better. Right now, so many people haven't yet even started trading. They are still on demos. They are taking very big risks. Someone enters a trade 50 times, enters a trade about 20 times, taking such risks without knowing what you're doing. All you're looking at is the profit you're going to make. Maybe you want to brag to some people and tell them that, today I had $1, now I have $25. I entered so many trades, I took a very big risk. I'm wonderful, all those things. But it's good to know the risks that you're taking, so that we have, so there's a long-term trading process. It's not good to blow your accounts every week. It's good to keep on trading so that your account keeps on growing. Okay, you can have one account where you do normal trading, then another account, you can blow it as you want. But for this purpose, we are going to have an account, all of us, separate accounts, where we are going to trade normally, like sane people, very normal, so that we have these trades going on for a long period of time. Now, another important thing is where the community is right now. If you join the Telegram group, if you're not there, you can just search for the name of this program, Trading Dawn, or you can search for BVB Trade FX. And now when you get into the group, there are so many people. Some are very knowledgeable, others are not. Then even those who are knowledgeable, they are somehow biased against other things. Someone says that, me, I don't believe in indicators, which is wrong. Another person says, me, I don't believe in price action. Me, I don't believe in this, that. So, you can't be, you can't teach someone when you're biased about so many other things. It's not good, especially in the financial markets. It's good to have all the information available. Just be open to what is there. And another thing, embrace technology. Don't, you've already taken a step to becoming a trader. Yeah? Embracing Forex trading is not a joke. It's really, really not a joke. Now, after you've embraced Forex trading, embrace what it is. In this, on MetaTrader 4, on the phone, you may not have the button, but on the PC, you have a button that is auto trading. There are two big buttons. One is called new order, another one is called auto trading. Now, the new order is for putting in trades manually. Auto trading is for automatically entering trades. Now, having those two, you can't be ignorant to one. You can't really shut out one. Let us embrace everything that is there. If we don't have enough information right now to handle certain matters, let us be patient until the time when we can handle these matters. Then we embrace what it is. But let us not shut it out because it is there in our face. It's there. Every time you look at the MetaTrader 4 platform, that button is in your face. It's showing you that there's auto trading. And if you're not curious, you might never go to it. But me, I was curious and I had to learn how to take advantage of this auto trading system because it's there. If it's there, then you have to use it. You have to embrace all sorts of technology because these financial markets, they also evolved with technology. As people were developing new systems of computers, it started with phones, then computers, then an operating system was made. An operating system where you could put MetaTrader 4, and that came with auto in place for this feature to even be there. And yeah, the more powerful you make it, the stronger it will work for you. If you make it a weak system, it may not really work for you. But let us keep an open mind and embrace all these things that are there, so that we, so that in the future, when those people, when the people out there embrace it, now for us we shall be now even far, shall be so far behind them, because eventually it will be embraced, because that is the nature of how things work. So let us embrace technology, let us embrace what we're doing, and let us all become manual traders if you can. If you can't handle manual trading, then by all means it's okay, you can sit out of it. But if you're a trader and you want to take matters into your own hands and learn how to trade manually, at least to have a certain point of confidence in how you trade. On the 1st of November, this comprehensive program is going to start. It's going to be very serious. So, the details will be on the Telegram group. You can search for it, BVB Trade FX, or you can search for it, Trading Done, and then you get there. And so I'll put the details there. Then, there'll be another link to another group for those who want to be manual traders. That is the goal. That is the goal of all trading. You don't buy a car and you give it someone else to drive it for you, to start driving you around. You also want to drive that car. So, that is like being a manual trader. You buy the car, you sit in it, and you drive it. Instead of calling someone, you sit in the car, you start calling. Now what do I do? You turn the key. Now what do I do? So if you live like that, it's going to be very bad. But for a manual trader, you take matters into your hands. And with a good trading system, you can even put, with these high risk maneuvers which are there, you cannot trade $1,000 on high risk. It is very reckless. You can do it on $10. You can trade $10 recklessly until when it becomes $500. But to recklessly trade $1,000, it's very, it's not something wise. And many people won't do it. But if you have a big amount you want to have a standard understanding of the market, so that you trade in a very standard way. So that with this technical analysis, you will be able to see what's happening in the charts and have a picture perfect setup of a trade. If you don't find it on the Euro USD, maybe on the Pound USD, maybe USD Japan, maybe in the Dow Jones, maybe on gold, maybe in wheat, maybe in oil, maybe, anywhere. There are so many charts there. There are the German stock charts, there are the Japan stock charts. They are available to trade. So now there are so many. There are even the charts of the cryptocurrencies. We're also going to analyze those charts. There was a tweet by Elon Musk. Somehow, when that man tweets, things just start flying up and down. But anyway, that's okay. We are going to look at all those charts, all the platforms, phones. We are going to do technical analysis on phones. Many people don't have PCs. People have phones. So we can't shut them out. So we're going to do technical analysis on phones. Phones, tablets, basically Android, Apple, I don't know which other device is there. PCs, that one, if you have a computer, well and good, we shall do analysis there. Trading View, we shall do analysis also on Trading View. We shall do all the technical analysis there as well. And if you have access to it, then it's going to be very easy. IQ options, we shall apply the same. Now, IQ options and all the binary options, those are very high-paced markets. They move within seconds. Okay, you can increase your timeline. You can make it maybe a 1 hour chart or whatever. But, it is normally high-paced. So we're going to look at those ones also very well and see how to technically trade in those options. You may not have to take every option that is there, because they always give you a time limit. It starts here and it stops there. You either place in your trade upwards or downwards. So you have a time limit. So you don't have to take every limit, but you can technically see what's happening within those candlesticks, so that when our formation happens, when that time reaches, when it is counting down to start, you can know that it's going to go down or if it's going to go up based on the technical analysis that we have done on that chart. Now, for binary options, it's going to be quite, it's going to be very intense for it. For Forex, it's going to be very nice, very nice, very gentle, very, it will be very okay. Yeah, but for binary options, I'm warning you in advance that for binary options, it's really high-paced. And if you have any experience in binary options, many people call it gambling or betting or whatever. Yeah, which in many ways, it might, reveal those characteristics. But with proper technical analysis, we can beat that market. We can find ways of beating it because it follows the same rules as the Forex market, as every other thing. So that's how we shall benefit from that. So you can find your way to the Telegram group. I'm just going to put the details there of this technical analysis starting from 1st of November onwards. Okay, it's going to be a month. One very intense month. We're going to have Zoom. We're going to be on Telegram. It's going to be online. So we're going to be meeting so many times. If the whole group doesn't meet at once, then we shall be meeting partially or whatever. But it's going to be very comprehensive. We're going to dedicate a lot of time to it. And we're going to be analyzing every day. And where we get some good setups, we buy or we sell on our accounts or on our demos or whatever. But at the end of this, the goal is the way we are doing, business as Forex traders. Doing business with people who don't have a lot of information about what's happening, it can be an advantage to so many. But I believe that if we are all knowledgeable, if we are empowered, that's what I was looking for. If we are all empowered and we are all strong in doing, a very strong nation, you feel better when you're among strong people than when you're among people who are not really sure of what's taking place. So the whole reason for this is for everyone to have this information and this trading system within them, so that even someone who is giving false signals will know that I'm giving signals to people who know how the market moves. So even that person who is making signals is going to put in some effort to make even better signals, which are very convincing. Because when you receive that signal, you will verify it using the skills you're going to get. So that person who is making signals will know that I'm not just giving signals to anyone. I'm giving signals to people who know what they are doing. So that person will put in more effort. So when the community is stronger, those who are manufacturing things will also put in more effort, and they will also be stronger. It's not good to emerge as a leader somewhere and you keep people down. It's good, if you emerge somewhere as a leader, you uplift everyone, so that the stakes go high. When people discovered civilization many years ago, they put civilization in so many parts of the world, and by doing that, by the way, this helped in so many ways. After making the whole world civilized and giving them these education systems, you start getting very good mathematicians from here, from there, good writers, whatever. And with all these brilliant people rising from all these places, now people are even going to the moon. They're planning on going to Mars, because they didn't keep their knowledge to themselves. They went and spread it out so that they are not strong in a world that is not strong. But then in a world that is very strong, they can work together and become even stronger. So that is one goal for this trading community that we have. The Telegram group has now grown. It has really become big, and it will really make me happy if everyone has this knowledge, this very strong knowledge, so that when someone wants to give you a tip, wants to give you a signal, they will also put in a lot of effort to make sure they give you a convincing signal, so that people will put in a lot of time to actually get the best out of the work that they're doing, so that we all grow. We shall all be growing like that, and no one will be left behind. No one should actually be left behind. We're not so many traders here in Uganda, so we should really should make sure that everyone has this information. And after a few years, we could be very far. We could be very far. Kenya is doing well. Kenya even has a broker. Can you imagine? So if we keep on growing, then we are going to have a community of people that is so informed that it will be impossible to scam anyone. It will be impossible to even mistakenly scam someone. And all these, people blaming each other for this and this, it will all be, it will all go away. Whoever was giving you information that he was not sure of, now they will really work hard to make some proper information to give you. So just like that, we're going to get better. So, I'm going to post the details on the Telegram group that is there right now. And this is for manual trading. There won't be signals and what, all those, the helping hands. They won't be there. It's going to be you being empowered to take this market on. So that's what's going to happen in November, the whole of November. I shall even go into December. But I'm very sure things will get very interesting after some point. Because people, after you pick the skills, you're going to start saying that I've seen this, I've seen this setup. There are more than 100 charts. So you can find a setup in a certain chart and which no one has seen. And then we shall analyze that chart and trade off of it. You just like that. But even if you trade on a real account, you can recover a lot of money within this time, because we are all going to be headed in one direction with one goal, to better ourselves by just having a hold on this fundamental analysis. Sorry, this technical analysis. So once we have that in our minds and we're only looking for the setups that we are going to study, then we shall be getting the most powerful market setups that are there. So when we do that, we shall, that's where you have the risk-reward ratio. If you put in a trade that has a very good setup and it goes against you, then, by all means, it wasn't your fault. You did the right thing, but then the market went against you. But that cannot happen 10 times in a row. That is a risk-reward. So 10 times in a row, how many times are you going to win? If you win 5 times and you lose 5 times, if your take profit is bigger on the wins and the stop loss on the losses, then your risk-reward ratio you'll have a profit at the end of the day. If you lose twice and you earn 8 times, that's your risk-reward ratio. So we're going to look at that as well. Those will be the very first topics to handle. Because when you look at risk, we shall see all the trades that we're going to enter. We shall say if you have $10, put 0.01. If you have 50, you also put 0.01. If you have 100, you also put 0.01. If you have 500, maybe you put 0.03. So we're going to be doing it like that. We shall look at the trade, assess it, and see how to take it. So to join the Telegram group, if you're already not part of it, it's BVB Trade FX. Search for it or search for Trading Dawn, and you will get there. And the details, I'm going to put them there this evening. We can start preparing for the 1st of November. We can start having charts on the manual traders group. Manual trading, there is no account management. There won't be robots. There won't be signals. It's going to be manual traders, real empowerment. And you'll be empowered to trade. So it's good to have this information so that you don't fear to trade. You cannot fear a good setup. You can't fear it. You only fear when you don't know what is happening in the market. That's when you fear. But when the setup is good, then there is no fear there. You will just trade properly. You will know that I'm taking this decision because of A, B, C, D. This price above average, check. The chart is bullish, check. Long term above long term, check. The big charts, are they moving up? Check. Is it moving towards a resistance? Check. Everything, is everything in place? Yes, then I will buy. If I don't see that, I leave it. I look for another thing in about 100 other charts, which everyone will be scouting. So, so you can see how it's going to be working. It's going to be hard work, but it's going to pay off. Forex really pays off. So, it's hard work, but it's going to feel good. Trading feels really, really good. So, so that's it. I think today we won't look at any charts, but That's what I wanted to tell you. So if you're not part of the group, search for BVB Trade FX or search for Trading Dawn, and you'll get into that Telegram group that is here right now, the one that is open for everything. Then from there, we shall go into the consecrated group of manual trading. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Smart 24, driving business.